Golfing in Southwest Florida, the golfing capital of the world. There are over 150 golf courses in Southwest Florida, and we're going to dig in to help you understand what it's like to golf here and the different types of golfing opportunities there are for you. Now, if you're anything like me, you love the game of golf. It's an amazing game, always challenging, always something new right around the corner. I absolutely love golf. In Southwest Florida, it can be a little bit confusing to understand the different types of golf options there are for you. And so we're gonna get into it so that you feel comfortable in making the best decision that makes sense for your golf game. Now, for starters, the easiest way to get around in without any kind of obligatory membership is to play at one of the public golf courses in Southwest Florida. Now, there are 22 golf courses that are public or have public availability in Southwest Florida, which in the scheme of things is not very many based on the pure number of courses that we have. And the price ranges for golf, depending on if you're in season or out of season. In the summer, you can get golf for $25, $35 per round. During season, that can be $200 and up, depending on how nice the course is. But I will tell you, as you're exploring the area, it's a great way to not have a commitment that you just play public. Now, it is a little bit more challenging to get on public courses, especially in high season. So if you want to guarantee that you're going to be able to play, then maybe public is not the best option for you. Now, on the private option, the private golfing options that we have out there, I always talk to people about it's important to understand that golf, if you have to factor it down to a cost per round, chances are you probably don't want to be in a private golfing membership opportunity. You probably want to go public if you're looking at price per round, because the private side of things is more of a lifestyle decision and a convenience factor. So you're the type of person who you could have your own golf cart in a lot of cases, live in the same neighborhood as the golf course. There's a lot of leisure activities that go along with that, social activities. There's a huge aspect to it where the advantages of being in a private membership far outweigh being in a public where you just want to try to play for as cheaply as possible. So we're going to dig into the private side of things. All right, the first option that we're going to talk about on the private side is bundled golf communities. And in bundled golf communities, your golf membership comes with the purchase of the home that you buy in the community. It really is a very attractive option for people who are looking to have everything just bundled into one. Now, it does a few things. So number one, it really helps with the costs savings, because you do not have to, let me put it this way. The cost to maintain the golf course is spread over every single home in the entire community. Now, the downside to that is typically there are a lot more members in a bundled golf community than there are in the other types that we'll talk about here in just a moment. So playability can be a little bit challenging during the months of January, February, March, April, when we're in our high season months, because you have so many people who live in the neighborhood all working to get on the same course. So we'll see situations where you have 600 plus homes that are in a bundled golf community with only one 18-hole golf course. And so what ends up happening is these courses have a system, a points system. Most of the time they use what's called a Chelsea system, and that will only allow you a certain number of points, or you get points every time you play, so that you can only play a certain amount of times. So typically in bundled golf communities in season, you could be guaranteed 2 times per week during the mornings when a lot of people want to play, or maybe some after hours as well, but you get 2 choices of when you want to play per week. So if you're the avid golfer who wants to play 5, 6, 7 days a week, bundled golf communities may not be right for you. But if you're a casual golfer who wants to have access to golf with a lower overall cost, maybe it's a great option. All right, next with private membership, we have really two additional options beyond bundle golf communities, and those are equity and non-equity clubs. These are private memberships that usually have some type of a buy-in, and that buy-in can range anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 all the way up to over $250,000, depending on the exclusivity of your club. And what happens is, if it's an equity club, essentially you are buying equity into ownership of that club, and you typically would get some type of a percentage back when you would sell your property in the community or when you're done with the golf membership. That being said, you always need to check the rules of the equity, because sometimes they don't let you out that easy. So we've got to understand the rules of the golf membership. Now, the other side is a non-equity, and typically this would happen in a lot of instances where, say, the developer still owns the club, the country club, and you are basically buying into the membership and the rights to be able to play golf and be a member there. However, you have no voting rights and you don't control the golf club and golf course. Now, depending on what you're looking for, I'm not saying one is necessarily better than another, because in the equity and the member-owned clubs, a lot of times if they're going to do capital improvements at the golf club, they need to assess all of the golf members. In the non-equity and or the developer-owned clubs, a lot of times the developer is the one who pays for those improvements, and maybe they change the dues, maybe they don't, but it is a consideration to think about. So what's best for you? And what I'm gonna say is that actually really depends on what you're looking to accomplish. There are some important considerations that I want you to think about, or at least start to have the conversation about, to make sure that you're making the right decision for you. And first, what we're going to look at is how many members does the club have? This is information that we have, we can provide you, and or we can get that from the membership director. But the number of members will help you understand how easy it is to actually play a round of golf, how easy it is to get tee times. Secondly, we want to understand how many courses you have access to with your membership. So there's one country club in Southwest Florida, for example, that they have 5 18-hole golf courses when you are a member of that particular country club that you have access to all year round. They're all part of the one club. Others have 3, some have 2, some have 1 18-hole golf course. So if you want variety, sometimes that's a big deal. Another thing to factor in would be reciprocals. Off season, a lot of the local country clubs will give you the ability to play at other clubs locally and around the country, and sometimes around the world. So that reciprocal list is important, because once you're a member, you gain access to other clubs, especially during the off season. So that's really important to consider. And one final point to make and a question to ask is the exclusivity. So how important is that to you? Some golf members, they want to join an exclusive club and have access to some of the best amenities that Southwest Florida has to offer, and members that are elite members, if you will. So generally, we can get a pretty good idea for the exclusivity of a club by how much that initial buy-in is. If it's the $250,000 initial buy-in, chances are that's a very exclusive club. So we can help guide you through that as well. Now, as you start to make sense of the different offerings in Southwest Florida, I do want to point this out. Each club has a different set of offerings that they can provide. And what I mean by that is some clubs may have an executive membership for members who are looking to join who are under 40 years old. Some have a senior level membership. Some have a family membership. Some have an individual membership. And so it's not just a blanket, like here's just the way every club works. They're all very unique. We're here to help you if golf is something that you want to consider in your real estate purchase. If you're looking to get into a golf course community, we have the information that we can share with you to help make the best decision for you. So if looking at real estate in Southwest Florida is part of what you're looking to accomplish, please reach out. We want to be your partner in making this happen so that you can find the perfect fit for you.